Hey, Whippersnappers, this is Tortimer the Gray. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Pokemon Showdown Gray version Season 4. Today we are kicking off PU Titan battles. We've been talking about this. I'm joined today by Tortoni. He'll be banging around in the background. We're kicking off Titan battles, which we've talked about over the last couple of weeks. I think we're going to talk a little bit more about it in the comments down below or in the Discord or wherever you guys want to do it. But I think it was good for us to jump in with this new kind of setup here early on, as soon as we kind of developed it, so that we had the ability to kind of dial it in even more for the rest of the series if it comes up. So it was a really fun week. Cool setup with the different levels and trying to figure out how to make everything work here. And we go down in our first battle up against Titan Shunosaurus this week with the Charizard and the Scovillain. I think it's supposed to be Scovials, but anyway. We went down to Titan Shunosaurus this week. Thank you for participating this week, Shun. But also for kind of figuring all this out with Pocket Flygon. Shun and Flygon were the two who kind of took it upon themselves when I raised the idea to go in and figure out how would we make that work in this series. So thank you so much for participating this week, Shun, but also for just figuring out all the finer details. Let's jump into the next Titan battle, shall we? Here we go. But yeah, I think probably after having done a week of this, I think it sounds like there's some feedback from both myself and from the community that we'll probably take into consideration for if Titans come up again. Some talk about maybe the partner Pokemon should be level 100. Maybe because we'd kind of done this time. Oh my goodness. I gave him the noisiest toy possible, apparently. Maybe like the assistant Pokemon, the support Pokemon for the Titan doesn't necessarily need to be monotype. I didn't push that specifically. I think that was something that Shun and Flygon came up with, but maybe it could be more thematic. I think some people wanted to maybe use a grass type or something in conjunction with their fire type or whatever. So all good feedback. I think we're going to talk about it more at the end, but yeah, I think it was a lot of fun. Thank you so much for participating this week. Titan Codeman coming in with the Titan Carkol. I think that's what that Pokemon's called. Carkol. And a fun. A lot of you guys had nice, unique ones. I think we had a couple of Charizards. We had a support Charizard here, but a Titan Carkol. So you guys, we went with fire because there was more fire Pokemon than there were steel types. But it was good to see you guys did some variety. It wasn't just like all Titan Charizards all week or whatever. You guys had some fun playing around. So cool to see. Let's jump into the next Titan, shall we? Here we go. So yeah, here we go. We got Titan Camerupt. Gobi taking a hard Earth Power there, going down. Gulliver coming in and getting a good liquidation off on Jorge. Even with the sun up there, the solar beam coming and going to hit Gulliver pretty hard there. Clive then going down. I guess I didn't talk about my new team members. We've got Gulliver, the Quaxley Middle Evolution. I have no idea what this Pokemon's called. We have Clive, the Squawkabilly. Professor Alerce is back from ZU. Obviously, Apollo, my starter. Tress, my Tartantula from Little Cup, has evolved into a Spidops, so that's cool. And then we had Gobi, my shiny Camerupt. Gobi's a go-to of mine, just whether I'm playing Pixelmon or whatever. I love me a Camerupt. Tress coming in here, not real great opportunities for her to shine this week in a Fire Titan bout. But it was a Little Cup Pokemon of mine that evolved in this tier, and so I wanted to use her, and so I went ahead and did that. She actually did come in handy a couple of times. There was a couple of times where I was just getting swept, and like I had whittled a Pokemon down to, I think in maybe the first battle, I was able to take down the support Pokemon because Tress had a move that was priority or whatever, and so I was able to get rid of that last tiny little bit. It didn't end up winning the battle, but she at least got some. She got a KO or two this week. But thank you so much for participating this week, Titan Scad. I greatly appreciate it. Let's jump into the next battle, shall we? Here we go. Alrighty, and here we are up against Titan Arctic Animal, or Mac. We've got Titan Scovelian here with partner Houndoom, throwing the Earth Power up on the Houndoom, but Houndoom's going to survive. Squawkabilly then going to finish off with a quick attack there. Learned pretty early on to just get rid of that support Pokemon as quickly as possible. Want to make it a 1v2 because that way, and there's some instances where like I think like Charizards, a lot of people were using Heat Wave or whatever, which was hitting both Pokemon on the field, so they were double KOing. But otherwise, a lot of times the Titan was a little bit more manageable if I could get them to, you know, have to target one while the other one was actually able to do some damage. Otherwise, there were some instances where, like, I think specifically Charizards this week, they were so set up that, like, Heat Waves was just, like, sweeping everybody and, like, hitting both, and, like, I never really got a chance to do anything. So it was kind of nice when we had a couple of battles here where it's like I could make it a 2v1 and be able to actually hit them before getting completely swept. So thank you so much for participating this week, Titan Mac. I greatly appreciate it. Let's jump into the next one, shall we? Here we go. Alrighty, here we are up against Titan Flygon. Flygon's one of the other ones who him and Shun figured out all of the details for how we were going to run Titans this week. So thank you so much for that, Flygon. It was pretty nice. I think it worked pretty well. I think we've got it pretty close to dial in. I think there's probably a couple of tweaks that we might want to make in the next one. I did also start figuring out. I was like, all right. I think I probably tried this a couple times, and then a couple times Gobi just got like wrecked in the first turn. But I put Yawn on Gobi because I pulled the default camera set, but it had Stealth Rocks on it, which would generally be really useful. But unfortunately, fortunately, unfortunately, whatever, you guys, both of the opponent's Pokemon were out at once, so hazards didn't do me any good. Wouldn't have done me any good this week. So I went ahead and just threw Yawn on it, just kind of. I was like, well, let's put this on there. That might be useful, and that actually ended up coming in real handy in a couple of battles, I think, especially in this one. Charizard just slept through its own destruction, so I didn't really get a chance to wreck my whole team, so that worked out really nicely. I don't think I was able to land that too many times. I think maybe one other battle this week, but yeah, so thank you so much for participating again this week, Pocket Flygon. I greatly appreciate it, and thanks again for all your hard work getting this set up. Say, we'll see you next time. No, Tortoni doesn't really talk yet. But yeah, we're going to jump into the next one, guys. We'll see. We got 2 more Titan battles, so let's move on. Alrighty, guys, and here we are up against Titan Addy. And Addy had a fun little setup here with the male and female Pyroars. Nice to see the shake-up there. Gobi gets the Yawn up, drowsiness on the Titan there. The support Pyroar is going to be able to withstand a little bit there, and then the female Titan starts getting some Moxie boosts there, which is scary, but she then falls asleep, which is fantastic. Apollo then able to come in and land a Coast Combat. Clive is going to throw up the Facade, I think. Ooh, Apollo goes down. Yeah, the Pyroar didn't stay asleep very long there, getting that Moxie boost. Yep. We've got the Facade there from Clive, so the burn not being able to do a whole lot there. Sucker Punch coming from Professor Alerce. Trailblaze coming from the the Fire type there, and down goes my Sudowoodo. Oh, don't hit the microphone! Don't hit the microphone! And then Clive able to finish off the Titan there. So fun using Squawkabilly this week. It's just such a silly Pokemon, but I think it's kind of fun. So thank you so much for participating this week, Titan Addy. I greatly appreciate it. Let's jump into the next one, shall we? Here we go. Alrighty, and wrapping up with Titan Klungar this week. The Pyroar support and the Charizard. Gobi getting up the Yawn there on Megazard, which is going to be important, I think. Professor Alerce then going to get the Sucker Punch up. Earthquake coming in from Megazard, going to do good damage to everybody on the field. Both of mine, and then Mufasa hangs in there. I guess I didn't do any damage to Mufasa because it was able to hang on with a sash or something. Tress then going to finish off the support Pokemon there, and then Gulliver going to be tackling the Charizard. I go for the Dragon Terra there to hopefully resist the Fire-type moves if and when it comes back up. But Megazard's going to wake up, throw up that Heat Wave, and take everybody out anyway. That leaves just Apollo, and Apollo's going to throw up that Gunk Shot, but not going to have enough power to take it out. Yeah, that's right. but not gonna have enough power there. Didn't really have. I should have thrown like Stone Edge or something on Apollo or whatever this week, but normal set didn't have anything that was going to be able to take it out in one hit. So I was just kind of hoping and praying, and we did outspeed at least, but not enough to we weren't going to survive more than one turn. So Klungar takes a victory there in the final battle of the week. So thank you so much for participating this week, Titan Klungar. And yeah, I think this was a lot of fun. Let me know in the comments down below kind of what you're thinking, or we can take the discussion to Discord, whatever you guys want to do. I don't really care about the engagement metrics, so you guys do what you want to do. But we can discuss. I think we've already kind of started to discuss, but I wanted to. Yeah, I know. But I wanted to hold off on the primary discussion until like you guys were able to see all the battles from this week, so you could see not only how your battle played out and how it felt to you, but kind of get a feel for like looking at how everybody's battles played out and say like, okay, yeah, across the board, it makes more sense if this. So yeah, maybe review the tape one more time, kind of gather your thoughts, and then let's talk about how we want to tweak this for the next one. But it's now going to be in the rotation, so let's move over to the spreadsheet and we can talk about what's coming up next and what potentially we might see another Titan bout. But let's jump on over there and we'll see you in a second. Alrighty guys, so welcome back. Alrighty guys, so here we are looking at the spreadsheet, and as you can see, we are still in the PU tier. We just did our PU Titan encounters, which means we're going to be moving into PU gym battles this week. We're going to keep the every other week being a gym battle. I know that the gym track, the gym challenge, is not as big of a marker of progression in Scarlet and Violet as it has been in previous generations. You've also got the Titan track and the evil team track and things like that. But I think that probably just for the purposes of keeping it clean and traceable, like we could just over here in encounter type just like take root off and make it gym or whatever, and then like every other week just bump the difficulty arbitrarily. But I think it makes more sense to just kind of give the gyms its proper respect and make that the marker for when we move on to another week. Just because I don't know, I would have loved it if in Scarlet and Violet there'd been some greater progression tracking of like or scaling, because they made this big open world that is beautiful and very cool to run around and things like that, but they didn't make difficulty scaling at all. Like it's still like it's this big open world, but also there is a linear track you have to follow. Like you can't go do like the ice gym because they're going to be level 70s or whatever when you get there versus the bug gym, which is level 10s. Like it would be nice if it like, because every Titan, every evil base, and every gym gave you a quote unquote badge. It would have been really nice if difficulty just scales like, okay, you've got 3 badges of whatever, you know, it scales the difficulty overall. I really hope that if they continue this trend that they figure that out. I honestly don't really like how they did Scarlet and Violet in that respect. Like the open world is cool, but the difficulty needed to scale. There's no reason why encounters of any like Pixelmon can do it. You could have done it for Gamefreak. So anyway, that's a rant we don't need to get on, Rantimer. Anyway, so we're going to be doing gyms every other week still, just like we've been doing in every other gray version, just to keep things simple. So that means that we need to roll for what we're going to be doing this coming week in terms of types. And then we'll talk a little bit about we can quick talk about the place of the Titan. So you'll see here over in encounter type that Titan is just now here. So in every off week, so we'll be doing a gym next week, and then like the first week of NU, there's potential for Titans to roll back up. So we'll need to do our discussions this week, figure out whatever tweaks we want to make, just in case this comes back up. Obviously, there's an equal chance that we'll just do a rival, a random route, and an evil team. But we'll want to figure out this week what tweaks we want to make. And I think they'll probably be pretty minor. I think that worked pretty well. We had a couple people who did manage to get victories this week. There was, obviously several who did not, but that's going to be the case every week. So, like, I don't know that there's a lot of tweaks we want to make, but maybe, simple things like, there was some discussion in the Discord, like maybe we, want to have, a theme instead of a monotype. Obviously, even in our gyms, you guys, like, we always say go thematic. Like, I never, like, hold you guys to, like, oh well, technically Tyranitar is only a rock type, so he's not allowed in the ground gym, even though like the pre-evolution, like thematics is what's most important in this. So like, yeah, I think I would have been fine if like this week people had like a grass type to complement their fire type Titan or whatever. Like I think maybe the Titan needs to be monotype, but then you can be creative with your support type Pokemon. I'm fine with that. Those kinds of tweaks. If we want to tweak the levels on things a little bit or whatever, I think is fine. But I also think if you guys look at the broad spectrum of all the battles this week, probably we'll see that for the most part things went fairly well. Some people won, some people lost. So look at the broader experience of all the battles this week, and then let's have that discussion and figure out what tweaks make the most sense for everybody involved. But anyway, so let's roll here and figure out what type we need. All right, so we've got 5. We've got 5, which is going to be the electric type. So that's what we'll be doing this week. So get your teams put together, your electric type gym teams, and we will see you guys out in the field. Last week of PU, so excited to see what's coming in store for us in future tiers. I think I might be getting an evolution soon for my starter, which I'm excited about. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for participating. Let me know in the comments or in the Discord what potential changes we want to make to the Titan format so that we can have that dialed in for the next time that it pops up. But yeah, otherwise I'll see you guys out there for badge number 3 this week, and hopefully we'll just have a lot of fun doing that. So I know. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Tortimer the Great, and this has been Tortoni. There you go. And you guys have been great. Leave those likes, comments, subscriptions for me, guys, and we will see you guys all back here next time. Alrighty, guys. Have a good one.